Almond milk feels like a very modern invention, the kind of thing you'd expect to be born in a Silicon Valley blender alongside yoga mats and standing desks. It's everywhere now: coffee shops, milk aisles, smoothies, baking recipes. And for many people, it's become a daily staple. But behind that smooth, slightly nutty drink is a surprisingly simple process, one that hasn't changed all that much over centuries. So today, let's slow things down and really look at it. How is almond milk actually made? What steps turn a hard, dry nut into a creamy liquid? And is this plant-based favorite really as new as it seems? Let's break it all down, right here, on History of Simple Things. Long before almond milk had a carton or a brand name, it already had a place in human kitchens. Historical records show almond milk being used as far back as the Middle Ages, particularly in Europe and the Middle East. At the time, fresh dairy milk spoiled quickly and was difficult to store safely, especially before refrigeration. Almond milk, on the other hand, could be made on demand from dried almonds and water, making it a practical alternative. It also played an important role during religious fasting periods, when animal products were restricted. Medieval cookbooks even included recipes for almond milk used in soups, sauces, and desserts. So while today's almond milk might feel trendy, the idea itself has been around for hundreds of years. It just traded wooden bowls for stainless steel tanks. Everything begins in almond orchards, where almond trees grow best in warm climates with mild winters. Most commercial almond milk today comes from sweet almonds, not the bitter variety. Once the almonds mature, the trees are shaken mechanically, causing the nuts to fall to the ground. They're collected, dried, and separated from their outer hulls and hard shells. What's left is the familiar almond kernel we recognize. At this stage, almonds are shelf-stable and can be stored for long periods, which is one of the reasons almond milk production is so scalable. Before they ever touch water, these almonds are cleaned thoroughly to remove dust and debris, preparing them for the next crucial step. Soaking almonds might sound like a minor detail, but it's actually essential. Dried almonds are hard and dense, and blending them directly would produce a gritty, uneven texture. By soaking them in water for several hours, or sometimes overnight, the almonds absorb moisture and soften from the inside out. This makes them easier to blend and helps release their natural oils, which contribute to almond milk's creamy mouthfeel. In commercial production, this soaking step is carefully controlled for time and temperature to ensure consistency. Once soaked, the almonds are drained and rinsed, now plump and ready to be transformed. Now comes the moment where almond milk truly takes shape. The soaked almonds are combined with fresh water and blended at high speed. This breaks the almonds down into tiny particles, suspending them throughout the liquid. The ratio of almonds to water is important here. More almonds result in a thicker, richer milk, while fewer almonds create a lighter drink. Commercial producers often use precise ratios to meet flavor, texture, and cost targets. At this stage, the mixture looks cloudy and thick, more like a nut smoothie than the finished product. But the key transformation is still ahead. After blending, the mixture contains both liquid almond milk and solid almond pulp. To separate the two, the mixture is strained through fine mesh filters or cloth-like materials. This step removes the pulp, leaving behind a smooth liquid. The leftover almond pulp isn't always wasted. It's often repurposed for baking ingredients, animal feed, or other food products. What remains is raw almond milk, which already resembles what you'd pour into a glass at home, but it still needs refinement before it's ready for store shelves. Plain almond milk is naturally low in protein and certain nutrients compared to dairy milk, so many commercial versions are fortified. This means vitamins and minerals like calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin E are added back in to improve nutritional value. Some almond milks also include a small amount of salt, sweeteners, or natural flavors like vanilla to balance taste. Stabilizers may be used as well to prevent separation and keep the texture consistent over time. These additions are carefully measured because even small changes can affect how the milk tastes, pours, and behaves in coffee or cooking. To make almond milk safe and shelf-stable, it's usually pasteurized or ultra-high temperature treated. This involves briefly heating the milk to kill harmful microorganisms without significantly changing flavor. Once treated, the almond milk is cooled and packaged in sterile containers, often cartons designed to protect it from light and air. This final step allows almond milk to last for months unopened, making it convenient for shipping and storage. From orchard to carton, the entire process is designed to preserve freshness while maintaining consistency across millions of servings. At its core, almond milk is just almonds and water, but the journey between those two ingredients and the final product is more thoughtful than it appears. From medieval kitchens to modern factories, the method has remained surprisingly familiar, even as technology refined it. So the next time you pour almond milk into your coffee or cereal, you're not just drinking a dairy alternative. You're sipping on a recipe that's quietly survived centuries, adapted to modern tastes without losing its simple roots. And honestly, that's pretty impressive for a nut in a glass of water. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.